Just like that, just like that. Welcome to another exciting, beautiful episode of Enlightened. And today we'll be talking about going through the struggle. What to do, when you're going through the struggle. Why are you going through the struggle? Now, I want you to understand something, that going through the struggle or going through hard stuff, challenges, it is normal. It is part of life. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Normal people go through challenges, normal people go through pain, normal people get rejected, normal people fail. So in this life, we all go through different things, and going through them does not mean that there's anything wrong with you. People divorce every day. That is normal. People get sick. That is normal. So if you find yourself going through that should not discourage you. That should not make you to question yourself. I know there are people whom they have done the right thing, they have sowed the right seed, but still it's like they're not seeing the results. I want you to know that in this life, bad things do happen to good people, and also bad things do happen to bad people. So it has nothing to do with you, it has nothing to do with you, but it is life. In life, we go through pain. In life, we go through the struggle. In life, we cry. In life, we gain. In life, we lose. So I want you to understand that it is part of life. But how you react to what you're going through matters a lot. How you take the pain, how you take the challenge matters a lot. Do you see it as something that is negative, or do you see it as something that is positive? That matters a lot. There are people whom, when challenges come, when hardship come, they do not know how to react to those hardships. They always see them as something that is negative, as something that is an enemy, as something that is fighting them, which is not true. Which is not true at all. So I want you to know that if you're going through the struggle, it is normal. And know that life will not always gonna be like that. Life will not always gonna be painful. Life will not always gonna be bitter. Yes, for a season you may have to cry, you may have to go through some stuff, but a days will come where you will be talking about what you went through. Like it's a story. I know when you listen to successful stories and hear people talking about the days when they had nothing, the days when they were struggling, we look at that like, nah, it's just one of those success stories. But you will also be like one of those people, one of those good days. So just keep on believing, don't give up. So there's a verse in the Bible, right, that I feel like is very, very nice. Psalms 27 verse 13. It says, King David says, I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. So he says, if it was not for the fact that he believed that he's gonna see the goodness of the Lord, he had fainted in Jayam. But he says the only thing that kept him going is the fact that he believed that he will actually see the goodness of God. Now, sometimes you just need to just have that belief, not that little hope that things will change in Jayam. So you just need that hope that says things are going to change. Life is not always going to be like this. I'm not always going to be crying. Just like King David said, I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. This means the only thing that kept King David going is the fact that he believed that he will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. So if it was not for that, in Jayam, David was going to give up. But he believed, he believed that he gonna see the goodness of the Lord. And because he believed that he gonna see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living, he kept on going. Because sometimes that is just what will keep you. Now, I wrote some stuff here, right? One of the things that I want you to understand is that in this life, right, in this life, in this realm of time and space, number one, you are here to experience. So whether good or bad, you are here to experience. This means you are here to experience. And I always say there's no one who can say I have an experience without experiencing. This means you must experience stuff. And sometimes it is the negative stuff that usually teaches us more than the good stuff. I mean, because the negative stuff challenges causes us to be aware of some certain things, right? Sometimes when life is good, you're not even aware. But pain causes you to be aware, because pain is pain. Number two, I want you to know that there's always going to be something to learn in life. So make sure that you're learning. Learn from your past. Learn from your past mistake. Just learn. Because, learning makes you, sometimes you just need to learn because it is the lesson that will help you tomorrow. Number one, I want you to know that pain is not your enemy, but pain is what God uses to speak to us, to teach us. Pain is not the enemy. Pain is good. Don't hate pain. When a woman is giving birth, she goes through pain. When a person is like growing a business, he goes through the pain of growing a business. When a person is raising children, you go through pain. There's nothing good that you will do without pain. So love pain, because pain is part of life. God even uses pain to speak to us and to teach us. I want you to know that tomorrow will always be beautiful, and that life will not always be how you are seeing it, but life will be better. Life will be better, life will be beautiful, and it will be better than it is today. You feel me? You understand me? So don't forget, in this life, in this realm of time and space, you are here to experience. So know that there's no saying I have an experience without experiencing, which means there are things that you must experience. Now, master the art of learning from the past. Learn from the past. Learn. Always have the lessons and take the lesson and move on with the lesson. They may not help you. Maybe they'll help your child. Maybe they'll help your friends. Maybe they'll help someone. And always share what you have learned with other people. And I think I'm going to end by saying, I have a book called The Art of Making Progress. I think in life, you need to master the art of making progress. You need to master the art of moving on. You need to know how to move on from pain, how to move on from that divorce, how to move on from that rejection, how to move on from that loss, how to move on from that death. You just need to master that art. And understand one thing, moving on is not easy, right? You just initiate it. Progress is not easy. You just make it. It's not easy. It's not like I'm enjoying moving on. You just move on knowing you still love that person, knowing you are in pain, knowing you are still not okay, but you move on for the sake of life. You get it, right? So master the art of making progress. So I think I'm going to end it here. There you have it, tips. This was Muneli Bari with another beautiful episode of Enlighten. Today talking about people just trying to help those who are going through the struggle, to say this is what you can do if you're going through some tough or some struggles. I think I'm going to come back to speak more about these things on the next episode of Enlighten. Thank you very much for listening in.